everybody. Welcome to Bucks Beat, a Atlanta Braves preview. And as you can see, we're joined by the lovely Kelly Crull, who knows these Braves very well after working the beat for a few years. So glad to have you sitting in.
This is great. Perfect timing.
What are your expectations for the season? Everybody's at the coffee shop's really excited.
I think they should be. I understand fans might feel like Alex just didn't do enough this offseason. Jerkson Profar, that's the one name. That's all he did. But I think with a healthy Spencer Strider, a healthy Ronald Acuna Jr. coming back in what sounds like maybe even sooner than we thought. And I actually think that the fact that Drake Baldwin is stepping in early, because I hate what happened to Sean Murphy happened, but with him starting the season sidelined, we're going to get to see this prospect in action, big league games right away. And I bet you, Buck, if he shows what I think he's capable of showing, it's going to be really hard for these guys to send him back down. And I, at that point, love how deep this lineup is. I love what that rotation looks like with Spencer Strider added. And then, heck, if you want to send Holmes to the bullpen, fine. Or go six-man rotation. All that to say, my expectations for this team are as high as they've been since 21, since 22, really.
I'm going to go 95 and 67.
Okay.
That equals 162, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I think we're going to win the National League East, take care of the Mets and the Phillies. We'll talk about them coming up in a little bit. So most of the baseball writers and analysts are putting the Braves in that World Series or bust category. So we got the Dodgers, tier number one, and then the Braves are in tier number two, one of the teams out there thinking World Series. Let's talk about some of the reasons why. And let's start with the top of the rotation. Chris Sale, Cy Young Award-winning year a year ago. He's back, looking great in spring training. You've got the 1-2 punch, and I believe it could be the best in baseball with Sale and Spencer Strider, who look really good in the two appearances down in spring training. Looks like he's close to being ready to go. There's not a better 1-2 punch as far as the rotation goes in baseball. So really, not a better 1-2 punch in the world today.
I like
not
what you
just
did
Major
there.
League Baseball, but the world. We get Strider back in here, looking good. Team that with Chris Sale, a lefty, a righty. I'm ready to go and compete with those two guys.
I hear you. I like exactly what you did there. And I'm sorry I missed the number thing. I like 95. That's a nice round number.
Yeah,
I think that's absolutely
we'll threaten
capable.
100.
Yes, again, as long as they stay healthy. And I think after last year, the baseball gods should be in their corner this year in that regard. But 1-2 punch with Sale and Strider, I'm with you. I would show up every fifth day for those two, to see those two around again. I will say, how do you feel about the Chris Sale following last year, what is realistic?
What, we're flirting with danger because of his injury history?
You know,
Gosh,
and a lot of miles on that arm, Buck.
Look, we've already seen the baseball gods take care of us during the spring. Different from a year ago when everybody got hurt. We've seen Profar dive in the outfield. His wrist is okay. He's ready to start opening day. We've seen Austin Riley get hit, not in the wrist again, but yet he's okay. So, look, Spencer Strider's got to be okay. And let's go to number two here. Ronald Acuna Jr. coming off another knee injury, so he's had both of the knees worked on. And it's awesome having one of the best players in the world back in this lineup. And I'm guessing we'll see him, when the calendar turns to May and the Dodgers show up here in Atlanta. I'm expecting to see Acuna in that lineup.
It's going to be hard to hold him back. It really is. If he's as good as we've seen him look already, he's just chomping at the bit.
On the backfield, hiding.
I know you're not supposed to talk about that, but you have to. When you see it, it's like so exciting. And to have him healthy again, and I was around for the last time he came back, and the extra motivation he has to kind of prove that he's healthy again. And he's a guy that those instincts, you can't take them away. I would love to say, hey, Ronald, let's 65, 70% on the basis. We don't have to show everybody everything all at once. You can't do that to play like him. So I am so excited to see him back and healthy and in this lineup. And you put him back in the top, boy, does that lineup get lengthy.
All right, reason number 3
Okay.
to be World Series or bust.
Okay.
It is, I'm expecting 2 players to have breakout seasons.
Oh, I was wondering about
All right,
that.
one is
Okay.
Spencer Swellenbach, who looks like he's close to putting it all together as far as establishing himself as a member of this rotation and capable of big things. The other is Michael Harris Jr. So I'm believing Money Mike, who's coming off a season where he was dinged up. We didn't get to see him as much. A little bit of a down year for him. I think he's motivated, and now he's ready with the experience to really put it all together. I'm hoping we're going to see him play 158 games, give him maybe 4 games off, but 158 games, see 40 doubles, play that center field like an all-star, and to have a big season. So what do you think? Let's talk about Swellenbach first.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah, who looked great last season as a rookie.
And to your point, here he is coming back, and all I've heard about him from the other guys, whether it's, I heard Spencer Strider talking about him off to the side about just what that means confidence-wise to come back here, having done it now, feeling more comfortable out there, and I'm with you. I think we could see a huge season from him, and he's in a perfect rotation where he doesn't feel like he has to carry the load. To your point, when you're going 1-2 with Sale and Strider, and I just think about opponents trying to prepare game 1 for Sale, the lefty, who's gonna, he's been doing it his whole career, and then we're gonna turn around the next day and face 100 right up the gut, So, and then Schwellenbach, turn around. I think I like, in other words, where he gets to fit into this rotation this season and take that next step forward because he's feeling comfortable and knowing he can do a few things from last year that he's worked on and now progress from there. And to your point, Michael Harris, I know you're not supposed to look at spring training numbers and take any cadence in that, but he hit 333 this spring. He looked good. In other words, he looked good. Timing was there. He'd put a lot of work in even this offseason. Somewhere between getting married and getting back on the field, he fit it all in. So I'm excited for Michael Harris as well.
I want to see him just focus on putting the bat on the ball.
Yeah, making
using
contact.
the entire field.
Yeah.
He's fast. Let's see him running the bases. I want to see him 40-plus doubles, not really focused on hitting the ball out of the ballpark. We got a lot of guys that can do that.
Yeah.
People get upset when I mention that. But that's truly what I believe here. I want to see him put the ball in play, run the bases. The home runs are going to come. I mean, with his swing, his skill set, he's going to hit some home runs. But think on getting on base, scoring 120 runs. I'd love to see that out of him.
Right now, they have him, and of course, Profar leading off. If Ronald comes back, it might change around. But he's hitting 6 right now, behind Ozzie, in front of Drake. How do you think that plays into him? I don't know, feeling a little bit more comfortable, or when you're behind Ozzie in that regard. I just think he's going to see some good pitches in front of Drake too, if he continues to produce.
Yeah, and I'm sure Money Mike's thinking, man, one day I'm going to be hitting at the top of the lineup. Up top. And it had to be somewhat embarrassing hitting at the bottom of the lineup here his first 3 years.
I think the thought on that's changed.
I mean, it goes from a little leaguer to a big leaguer. You look at the lineup when you show up at the ballpark, and if you see your name down there at the bottom, it really is deflating. And he knows he's way better than that.
But I think that has changed. The philosophy on that of having the double leadoff hitters to a degree.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that stack a guy like him
he's skilled
down
enough
there.
to be a run producer,
100%.
which is what he's going to be in the middle, but also somebody that can generate runs.
Yeah.
The day and time comes when he's up at the top of the lineup. Swellenbach, I've really grown to appreciate, and basically just less than a season a year ago, the guy's got 5 or 6 pitches. Mm-hmm. He commands every one of them. I mean, most guys have trouble with, just commanding the fastball and the breaking ball. This guy's got 6 pitches. And really impressed with he's a pitcher. He's not a thrower. And I'm a big fan of that. He's also very athletic, former Nebraska shortstop. I mean, come on here. This guy's not some stiff standing out on the mound. He can feel the position. He's smart. I'm expecting big things out of Swellenbach.
I agree.
Is that setting me up for
no
disappointment?
I think he's expecting big things out of himself, and so everyone in that clubhouse right now is saying the same things. They have high expectations for themselves, and they know they have the ability to win the World Series. I mean, it's the same, and that's what's so awesome about a team that's built like this year in and year out right now. That is the expectation. What better feeling to go into a season knowing that you can end up on top because of the talent you have in there.
All right, reason number 4, World Series or bust. We've got Austin Riley and Matt Olson back to back in the lineup. Remember 2 years ago?
I do.
When they were playing home run derby. Olson with 54 bombs that year. Riley was just tremendous. And these are guys, when Acuna's back, I'm expecting we're going to see Acuna, Profar, then Riley and Olson, 3 and 4 in the middle of the lineup. And again, here we go. I don't think there's a better 3-4 hitter in the game today, in the world today, than those two guys. Right-handed hitter, left-handed hitter. This is set up so well. I'm expecting both of these guys to bounce back with all-star seasons. That's the expectation for me.
I agree, 100% agree. And what I'm really excited about it this year is they're at the point in their career, Buck, where they are going to communicate with each other. This whole team is. It's this core group that's stayed together for so long now. Can really, they're just going to be nightmares for opposing pitchers if they're all healthy. Imagine trying to navigate through that lineup. And then, yes, the heart of it, as you're mentioning, it's going to be Ole, it's going to be Austin Riley. And to your point, they're at a point in their career where I think they're going to push one another in a way that we haven't really seen yet.
In the prime of their career.
I do believe that, yes.
All right, number 5, World Series or bust. Final year for Raisel Iglesias, who has been tremendous, man, closing games out, putting that W in the win column. This guy, first 2 years of the deal, has been tremendous.
Yeah.
Really finished big last season. One of the reasons why we're able to still get to the postseason was the way he performed. Really excited about him again. And also, my concern coming in was the high leverage setup situation with Joe Jimenez is out injured. Hopefully we'll see him at the end of the year. A.J. Minter gone. How dare him? He's putting on a Mets uniform, Kelly.
It looks awful.
My goodness, he looks terrible. So those are our 2 high leverage guys when we have that 7th and 8th inning lead, 3-2 lead, 5-4 lead. Those are the guys we're handing the ball. Now this year, we've got to come up with something else.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at Pierce Johnson, who is heavy on that curveball, the right-hander. We'll see him a lot.
Yeah, I think Dylan Lee's going to get when they go to lefty.
Is ready for the challenge.
Leverage. Yeah, and that he has not been asked that a ton in his career for those high leverage lefty moments, but
he's ready.
He is ready, and that'll be I think you just picked the biggest kind of early question mark, and every manager will tell you they don't know what they have in the bullpen until like almost end of May, early June kind of thing. Because
we've got these 2 veterans now ready to go. Neris, we've seen him with some of the other teams.
He has been so good when he's been,
so maybe he steps in. We got Kimbrel now. Maybe we get him some back
form.
Get his back straightened out, and maybe he can help too.
Mm-hmm. And the kid they just picked up, the lefty from Anaheim, Jose Suarez, could be a guy.
Yeah. 7th inning.
Yeah,
help us out there.
Like
so
I'm not sure what to make.
I'm
of that.
happy about Iglesias. We'll see about the high leverage deal.
I didn't look at your sheet, and I should have, but when you said last year or whatever, I thought you were going to talk about Snit. This could be the year he hangs it up, after this year. And I think his players know that.
I'd rather not think about that.
No, me neither. But you talk about guys wanting to do it for the skipper.
Yeah.
Do it for the skipper.
We're lucky enough to pull up to our studios here, and the first thing I see is the stadium. But as I pull into the parking deck, I see the great Bobby Cox statue there every day pulling up to the ballpark. And I tell you, Snit has kept it going, man. I mean,
He has.
We've had 2 great managers here running the show lately.
No. Yes.
I miss Bobby, seeing him at the ballpark. All right, so here we go.
Yeah,
World Series or bust. I love the hoodie. World Series champions.
Manifesting.
Throwback here. It wasn't too long ago.
No, and this is the one they handed out that night.
Yeah, look at you.
It was awesome. It was so awesome, and so I was manifesting that. I felt like it was the right attire for
Yeah, and
for the
I'm
day.
a grown man with a jersey on.
But
How
you
about
look
that?
good.
Yeah.
You look sharp.
I don't know. Next time we might talk about the competition, the Phillies and the Mets.
Boo.
We better run on this episode. It's going to do it for Bucks Beat. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Kelly.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And we'll talk to you soon.